Welcome to another Draw with Don, and today I'm going to draw a tiger. Tiger, tiger, burning bright in the forest of the night. That's a line from a famous poem by a man called William Blake. He was an English poet, great poet. It's a great poem. Now, I told you before, the very first book that I did was called The Owl Who Couldn't Give a Hoot. Well, my second book was called The Tiger Who Was a Roaring Success. And it's a story of a tiger that was in the circus, had too much of circus life, wanted to go home and head back to India because it was a Bengal tiger. But he ended up in a place called County Kildare, and that's in Ireland. So in the story, the hedgehog that lives in the woods in Kildare finds these very big footprints, very surprised because they're bigger than the badgers, and the badger has the biggest footprints in the woods where they live, but this is much bigger. Okay, you get the idea? That's just to rough it out what you want it to look like. I'm going to start with the eyes, and I have the eyes a little bit kind of relaxed and droopy looking. So this kind of a shape here, and there's the two little pupils there. So up here I'm putting the snout, and then a line like this, another line like this, another line like that. The amazing thing about tigers is, first of all, most cats hate water. Tigers love water. They're really good swimmers. The largest tiger in the world, of course, is called the Siberian tiger. It's now known as the Amur tiger because it's in that area. They say there's probably about 5,000 tigers left in the wild. But recently I heard some good news that some of them are on the increase. But the tiger we're drawing today is supposed to be from India, and it's called the Bengal tiger. Another thing which is fascinating about tigers is that, you know, they have stripes. Well, each tiger has its own special markings. So no two tigers have the same stripes. So that's why the tiger experts can identify them by their stripes. Now you would think this tiger that looks orangey, yellow, with all these stripes would be very easy to see in the jungle. Oh no. Even in the snows of Siberia and places like that, tigers' markings are brilliant for camouflage. If they lie down in the long grass, you can't see them. If they're moving in and out between trees, you can't see them. So one has to be very careful if you're walking in the land of the tiger. But this one is a real old friendly tiger. In fact, he makes pals with all the other animals in the woods, which is always a good idea. Much nicer to be friendly than in conflict, isn't it? Now, you know, when in Africa, the lion and the lioness and all, they live in a big group called a pride. But as I said, the tiger is mainly solitary. That means on its own. Now, normally, when it's drawing anything, you step away to look at it and see it's okay. But that's why artists stepping back and forwards looking at a painting, they're not admiring it actually. They want to say, is there anything they want to change? Stuff like that. So just to let you know, in case you see some serious artists painting away. Now I'm going to put a little bit of colour on it, and I might as well start with a little bit of green. So all I'm trying to do is give you a quick idea, a quick demonstration of the fun of drawing, and especially things like cartoons. And you might like to draw your favourite dog or cat and turn it into a bit of a cartoon, just see what happens. Or it could be your budgie or your Yeah, goldfish. Now I want to put a little bit of yellow and red here. I'm going to mix them together and I'll get a bit of orange that looks a little bit like tiger. Because the great artists of old too, they used to have a very, what's called a small palette, and they would maybe sometimes just use about 6 colours, and with those 6 colours they'd make all the other colours. It's very interesting. But this is just to brighten up the picture. So I have to say, I've never actually seen tiger, but I have seen them in the zoo, and I've sat around sketching them. And one day I was in Dublin Zoo and I was drawing a tiger. I wasn't inside the enclosure. I was sitting outside, like safe place. But the tiger was lying there like a blanket or a bedspread or something. The next minute, a grey heron flew in, and the grey herons come into the zoo looking for fish, and usually go to where the penguins are and the pelicans, because they get plenty of fish around there. But this heron made a mistake of going in with the tigers, and this tiger, which looked fast asleep, watched, and I just popped open, and it saw the heron, and the heron's walking around like this. No fish here. The next minute the tiger sprang on it. Well, the heron squawked and jumped in the air, and it barely got away, flapped away. And the tiger leaped nearly 18 foot into the air. It was amazing. It was amazing to see. And I said it to the zookeeper, and he says, "Oh yeah, that tiger certainly has tasted a lot of herons over the years." So obviously it didn't happen the first time. So my advice to herons, don't get into the tiger enclosure. Anyway, I hope you got on well with this little sketch. My final little touch is put a little bit of blue, and what I'm doing is, you're saying, where's the blue? The blue for me is just putting just a little hint of it around here. And that's great. This, despite the fact I've cleaned the brush, still had a bit of green last ring. That's okay. And a little bit there as well. And the very first finishing touches is a bit of red on the tongue. So that's it. Give you a quick look at the original again. And this just to show you how I created it. Okay. So that's it for me. Until the next time, do take care. Try and practice a bit of drawing. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share